Welcome to Toffee TV. This is the match preview, Manchester City versus Everton. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. We have done that and Baz will be throwing stats at you all day.
It's good.
Just stop it, Baz.
It's good.
Stop it. I know you want to be standing there in your undies giving it all
I don't want to be
that
in my
in
undies.
case catalogues.
Don't wear undies.
Commando Baz.
No, not Commando.
Commando Baz. That's the new
undies.
action figure for Christmas. Commando Baz comes with Kung Fu Chop and little. Actually, you've got the kind of action man hair. Remember the little
At the back?
Yeah.
He was boss, that little... Oh, man. The little thing in the eyes. I'm going, what?
Ask your dad. So, Man City away.
Yep.
Tough game.
Yeah. But, you know, we've been that good against Newcastle and Watford. I'm going there full of confidence this week.
Flying into the weekend.
That's it. Just sliding into that Etihad full of confidence. Nearly said a couple of things there that wouldn't have gone down well. Yeah, it's it. Oh, listen, by far the most difficult away game that you face in a season.
Is it though?
No, I'm feeling it. But to be fair, mate, these are the best team on the planet.
How do you know?
If the planet was just England, the best
The
team.
sum it is.
They're the best team in England by quite a stretch, I would say. Liverpool are second best team, but City for me are by far the best side. So it's going to be a massive ask for us. But the flip side is they are missing up to Guardiola reckons up to half a dozen players for the weekend. Whether that makes much difference, I don't know. But they're going to be missing players. People like Kevin De Bruyne, who is obviously fabulous footballer, is missing.
Yeah.
And the last time we played them, him and Fernandinho were absolutely marvellous at Goodison. So that's obviously a big positive for us, but you know it's still a big ask.
Yeah, I mean, and we know they got beat last week, so obviously, who's going to face the backlash? Yay, us.
It was mad last week, wasn't it? Because the first half, they tried to walk the ball in the net. If they'd have just been a bit more ruthless, they could have been 2 or 3 up before Chelsea scored. Once Chelsea scored, I thought they were brilliant.
This is the thing about Man City, though. I know they're brilliant and they do play brilliant football, but I do think that could hurt them long term. And when I say long term, I mean title race, because when I've watched them, there's been a lot of games where they do that, and yeah, normally it all works out well, but we're looking at a Premier League where it's going to come down to maybe 2 or 3 games.
But don't you think Liverpool do that as well? Like against us, we could have been.
I don't want to give them any. They don't concede.
No, but they don't concede not because you don't get chances against them, because people
They
just
don't
haven't taken.
concede.
People haven't taken.
No,
chances.
but in reference,
I just think the way them kind of teams play, like Liverpool and City,
I do think that
and us, you give.
I do think that majority of the time City are going to beat you comfortably. But I do think that just leaves them open.
Yeah.
That if you can take your chances against them, it's not out of the realm that we could possibly beat them. I'm not saying we will, and we'd have to be a lot more clinical than we have. I just mean that I do find that because they are a team that just likes to try and walk the ball in,
you get a chance.
that you get a chance.
And obviously we're recording this before the last Champions League game as well, and who knows, they might, pick up.
But they're already qualified, haven't they? So
yeah, but he still said he's gonna.
But they're going to rest loads.
Well, they're going to try to, but it's because he's got 6 out.
I mean, the thing about it is, I do think they're going to look to bounce back. I think, Guardiola's going to try and. I'm sure that's the next thing he's going to instill in them. I'd seen it against Watford when they were playing Watford and they were 2-0 up. They were absolutely cruising, and then Watford got a goal and they looked rocky towards the end. And he was very angry with that, saying, that should have been a game we got sewn up. And I do find that the Man City players, it must be such an enjoyable an enjoyable team to play in, that sometimes they do forget that the game is there just to be won.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how you play all that great football, but get the game won almost, and then start dicking about if you want to. And
Arsenal used to do this when they were at the pump, and then coming out of it, they still was too many passes, and they'd leave chances.
I've seen us do it a few times. I've seen us do it under Martinez when we'd be 1-0 up and think it was all sound. And I remember going to the first game of the season in his second season when we went to Leicester and we were 2-1 up and everyone was just like, yeah, and then they scored and it was like, did you forget that we were only win?
Maybe done it the other night.
Yeah.
We were 1-0 up in that first half and it was almost like, the way that didn't come off then, that little flick when really I should have just shot, and things like that, and then it turned. But, I mean, the last time City lost two consecutive games was December 2016. Lost to Chelsea and Leicester
in the league.
So it's coming up. It's 2 years since it happened, so it could happen again. But like we've said, it'd have to be it's going to take a monumental effort. I mean, Everton. Some of the stats, City have won just 2 of the last 7 against Everton, and I've only kept 1 clean sheet in that time, and that was that 0-0. The week before or after the League Cup. I can't remember which way it went. No, when they beat us in the semi, we drew 0-0 there. The week before it, Tim Howard was brilliant. We've generally got a decent record at the Etihad.
We've gone there the last 2 years and got 1-1 draws.
3 years on the run we draw.
Yeah, we've gone there the last 2 years. Yeah. There's no general. I don't think Everton fans have this. There's no fear factor.
No.
We don't go there as fans worried at all.
No.
Whatever it'll be, will be. But we don't go there fearing it, whereas we've gone into it again. And it's weird that mentality. Well, the mentality comes from because we've got a good record there, so no one fears going there. And that's the mad thing about this mentality thing we have with going to certain grounds is it doesn't matter how well they're playing. It's just the fear of the fear. We're going to the Etihad where you should be like, oh, we're going to get destroyed tonight. I remember going there last season, everyone was dead, like buoyed in confidence. Second game of the season, we'd just about beaten Stoke in the first game, but everyone was like, we'll get something tonight. Everyone was dead positive about it, and there was no like, these are batterers. Everyone was like, no, we'll get something tonight. I'm confident, I feel confident.
And yet we've got a better side now than we've had for a while, haven't we? If you look at the players.
But in general, but that's the point. I don't think like we're sitting here going, oh, it's going to be horrendous Saturday. We're just sitting here going,
if both teams play at the top level, City will win because they're the best team around. It's as simple as that. But that doesn't always happen. We've just seen it ourselves. They'll look at it and go, these are the dangerous side, but we'll beat them. We're at home. They've won 9 on the run at home. Something like that. They'll be looking and going, we'll beat these. The same as we were doing before Newcastle and Watford. And then games turned out that Newcastle had just been beaten 3-0 at home by West Ham, and they come to Goodison. And after the first half, they had a comfortable second half. Now, I'm not putting us on a level with City, but what I'm saying is, it's not always as straightforward. So for them, they might be looking and going, I will beat Everton on Saturday and get back to winning ways. But Everton have got players, if it clicks, who could really hurt City, and that's what we have to hope. And you're right, it's because of our record. I mean, it's there, the Premier League record. Where is it?
His own writing.
Yeah, because it's with the thing. It's no team, us and Liverpool it is, have got the best away record at the Etihad in the Premier League. There. So, everyone else, think of all the other teams like United and Chelsea, all the top, and it's Everton and Liverpool have got the best away records there. And, City, the last game they lost against the non-top 6 side was Everton when we beat them 4-0. And so when you look at it like that, Guardiola's only beat us once out of 4 attempts. You start looking at them and going, well, you know what? Some of these stats are probably playing to their mind as well. These all we get it at Goodison, you go, oh, no, we never beat these yet. Or and other teams come and go, we never get a result there. You know what our record's like.
City fans know that, and they always know this because if we flip it on its head, listen. This is the early kick-off Saturday.
Which also is always can produce madness.
Liverpool and Man United don't play till Sunday. Man City will be thinking, right, will we win this game, we go back to the top of the league, and then Liverpool playing United. Who knows? Mourinho might go there and go for a point.
Park the bus.
And that puts them back at the 2. But that brings its own pressure, because they'll be thinking, well, if we drop points today and then Liverpool beat United, which they should, then suddenly the gap's open.
4 points then, isn't it? Yeah.
So that flips the pressure on Man City, and that's the only way Everton should be thinking about it. The pressure's all on them to win. Of course it is. It's not on us to win.
We've said this before, we're 3-4 months into a new managerial era with new players. We're still learning. He's still learning about his players. This is a really, really tough game, right? But you're absolutely right. This, for some reason, this is one of the best teams you've ever seen in the Premier League, right? I might sat there going, we haven't got a chance. I'm not. I'm thinking, you know what? If they have an off day, we could win. And that's mad, because all the times we go to Anfield and Liverpool will be nowhere near as good, you're like, yeah. But it's the fear.
I've watched Martin Stecklenberg
have a world
have,
yeah.
You know, one of the greatest games of it. I've seen Tim Howard have an equally great game. I've seen them miss 2 penalties against us. I've seen all kinds. At the end of the day,
it's born out of the fact that Moyes used to go there, hated them because of what they did with them, and we beat them every year. Virtually, or we had a really great record there, didn't he? So you look at it and go,
for a Tim Cahill.
Well, that was it, isn't it? So Saturday, you just look and go, all right. Well, it's almost. I'd never like saying this because I think we're better than that now, but it's almost like a free game, if you like, just because they're expected to beat us. Our form's dropped a little bit the last couple of games, so that the pressure is all on them. You're right. Go there, it's early kick-off. Sometimes them early kick-offs produce results you don't expect because it's a bit earlier and whatever.
The atmosphere's a little bit.
It's not perfect.
No one's quite up yet.
No, and they're, they are a top side. They're a wonderful team. And they're a great team to watch. And if you don't like watching them, then shit, football's probably not for you.
I think what we need to do though is, obviously, we need to go out there like we have done. Like we did at Anfield, like we did at Stamford Bridge, whereas we engage them, and then there'll be times where we'll have to get in our shape, and we'll probably go into that sort of 4-4-2 shape that we go into, the 2 banks of 4, and with Richarlison and Gylfi Sigurdsson working the centre backs to make sure that they don't have too much of the ball, and we will have to do that. But we've done that already in games with success. Get going.
Particularly our last 2 away games against Chelsea and Liverpool, which Chelsea we got a good point at, and Liverpool we should have had the points at, for an error in with the last kick of the game, it cost us a point.
Don't remember that.
No, I don't. So I believe I read it this morning. So we've done that quite defensive shape and everything else, but we also carry the threat in both of them games. We'll carry a threat in this one. It might work for us or against us. Like I said, these are by far, for me, the best team in the country. They've got the best players.
Do you envisage any changes? 3 at the back, maybe?
I don't know. And lose who? Bernard. Because it'd have to be
Coleman.
You wouldn't lose Coleman.
Play Walcott as a wing back.
He should do, but he won't. I just think he could go 3-5. I'm not saying he wouldn't play 3-5-2 because he may well do, and that may well actually help Seamus. He's got someone else behind him. He doesn't have to defend as much. And like I said, Seamus probably plays a little bit better away because he has less of the ball. If he plays a 3-5-2, then you're almost. What I hope he does then is I hope he puts Walcott right alongside Richarlison and says, right, we're going to run you. We've got 2 lads who are quick, and we're going to play balls through you. Gylfi Sigurdsson or Gomez, get them in, spin them, get them into channels. But is that changing too much the way we play?
Well, some people would say, would it be a bad thing to just change things up a little bit?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But then will we be sat there moaning at 4 o'clock on Saturday going, why did he play 3 at the back? Or are we giving him the trust and going, you know what, he's decided that? Because I do. If he'd come out and went to playing 3-5-2, I'd go, no worries. I've got no problem with anything he does.
I'm going to see Elf at 4 o'clock, so...
Are you?
Yeah.
In the Philharmonic?
And then Walton. So,
You don't see Elf at 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Isn't it on telly on Sunday as well?
Yeah. So what?
And I've got the DVD. Well, good. Well, I hope you sat there watching Elf, buzzing your tits off because Richarlison's got another 2 goals and we beat them 3-1.
Yeah.
But you never
Maybe with
know.
that,
I mean, look at the last 9 home wins. They've won 9 on the spin. They've scored 33 and conceded 6. So
I don't believe you.
you know,
I think
it doesn't matter whether you believe.
I just think you're making these stats up. Where would you get these kind of stats?
You get these stats from the One Footballer. No, I've got them from. But
You got the one football app.
and stats on. And yeah, Raheem Sterling's been involved.
Well, Raheem Sterling's obviously
stick this week again.
He's been in the forefront of everything this week. He's also won the Premier League Player of the Month this week. But obviously I would listen. It'd be easy to say, "Oh, he's had a bad week." I don't think he has had a bad week.
He hasn't had a bad week. He's just the papers like to bring.
No, but in fact, I don't think he's had a bad week. I think he's had an empowering week. I think he is.
Hopefully, yeah.
He's finally, well, not too. Well, yeah. I mean, personally, not professionally by the end of the week. But you've got to be very careful what you say.
I meant empowering.
No, I think he's had a very empowering week.
I think changing people.
I think he's come
opinions.
out. He's come out and he's made his points very eloquently, and things like that, and dead eloquently and things like that.
It's like though. Listen. I said this. I've said this in the summer, and I've said it on Twitter, and I've said it in conversation with people. He gets ridiculous amount of stick.
You just made out like summer and Twitter are almost like similar things to each other.
Well, they are.
You've just got. Well, I said it in the summer and I said it in Twitter as well.
Yeah,
because they were somehow
when they're together. In the summer, everyone's nice.
I know, but you just said it like they were too.
There's no place for Twitter in the winter because everyone's pissed off.
Surely it's more beneficial in the winter.
No, because people are angry and then it's very easy to argue.
People are always angry on social media.
And Twitter's on its way out for me. But as I was saying, I think he gets a rough time. I like Sterling. I think I wanted him to do even better in the World Cup than he did. People were waiting for him to fall. They just go straight to him all the time to pull him down and to have a go at him, and he's a brilliant footballer. I mean, look at his stats there. The last 26 goals at the Etihad in the last 21 games, he's got 17 goals, 9 assists. He's absolutely brilliant. Why can't you like him? He fucked Liverpool off.
But
yeah,
he still runs like Velma from Scooby-Doo.
He runs like a toddler. You see the toddler with the little. That's what he runs like
Velma.
But
I don't think I'm out of line saying that.
I don't mind if he runs like. I wish Jen Tosun ran like Velma and be as quick as Sterling.
He is a very, very good.
He's
player.
rapid.
And I think.
He's brilliant.
I think.
Brilliant. I mean, but look, when you look at those stats, last time City lost the top 6 results. Since then, they've won 139 out of 153 points.
Stop it! I was going into this dead confident and dead like me.
Oh yeah. Without Richarlison, Everton would be 9 points worse off without his goals. No,
that was supposed to make me feel better.
No, I'm saying no player has been more directly involved in winning games.
Once again, is that supposed to make me feel better?
Yeah, because
it doesn't actually make me feel better.
Because on Saturday he's got 8 goals. On Saturday he's going to get up to 10,
12.
He might get 4. Who knows? But you know, it is what it is. It's a tough game, but like we said before, and I think it's because of the manager as well. This is that. We've seen how we've played at Arsenal. Okay, the result wasn't great, but the performance was good. We played played okay at Old Trafford, lost to a dodgy pen. We played well at Chelsea, got a point. We played well at Anfield, lost the game, but so on their 4 games at the top side, we've expressed ourselves well. At one time, you would expect or hope that we'd take our chances.
So it's 4-0 to City then?
7. Well, you don't know. I mean, what I'd like to see us do is actually score a goal. That, you know, the only goal we scored in those 4 games was Gylfi Sigurdsson.
To be fair, it was a Sigurdsson penalty though.
Penalty,
which is like
hitting it into the corner.
Which is like rocking horse.
It is.
But although I won't say anymore because that Twitter account might come after us.
About the rocking horse?
No, I think you're allowed to mention rocking horse as the stats one.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Well, he'll make you follow him then unfollow apparently. That's what he does.
I've no idea.
I don't
check who follows me. I just. Yeah.
But his penalty that day was exactly what he should have always been taking his pens right in the corner. But I'd like to see us score a goal from open play in one of these games, so that's another little thing, because at the minute our football's been excellent at those places without us being able to take chances.
And that's the thing. You can. you want to be positive and everything, but at some point you've got to be like, I don't want to be the hard luck story anymore. I want to actually go to these, and this is probably the worst one for it because they're the best team. But you've got to get to a point where you're like, it's all well and good going. Well, we played there, good, well, there, played there, and have this sort of sad story. At some point, you've got to go and beat one of these teams.
Got to.
Because,
or at least get like a score draw or something. You've got to. I think you've got to score. You've got to.
Well, to win a game, you've normally got to score. You do, don't you? I mean, it's facts.
Well, like I've said, mate,
not the big kind of.
I went to the only Premier League game without a shot on target, and we still lost the game to Manchester United at Old Trafford. So technically, they didn't score. Steve Watson scored for them. The only game without a shot on target in it, and we lost 1-0.
I remember.
How Everton is that? And Kevin Campbell missed an absolute shit of a yard out. But yeah, so we'll see. But like you say, they're a fantastic side, but they do, it'll be a good open game.
They do give you opportunities. Yeah. I think that's what's important.
I think because of the way they play, they're just brilliant at that kind. So it's we always say it, don't we? Risk and reward, isn't it? But their risk and reward are at the very top level, and they're capable of beating the best teams 8 and 9-0, but they're also on and off day. You just never know, and we'll see. Leon, I watched them against Leon the other week, and Leon cut through them quite easily at times.
The French hitman.
Yeah. That was the game behind closed doors, but you could see it.
Natalie Portman, innit?
Citizens was Natalie Portman, innit? I don't think she played, to be honest. She had a groin strain.
Oh.
Yeah, she had a groin strain. She's warming up, pulled in the warm up.
Fair enough.
Spent most of the time in the treatment room with
shut up. Just stop talking.
You're the one bringing Portman into it.
Got like a big spade in your hand and you just couldn't be digging.
I'm not digging him. I'm digging your seat.
Buck of tea there. Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
3-0 Everton.
3-0. I'm not saying which way.
3-0 Everton. Charlison hat-trick. One's a penalty.
With that
he dinks.
With his Zaha running.
Zaza.
Panenkas, is it?
Yeah.
And then Ederson just knocks him out.
See it all day.
But you probably can see it all day.
I'm visualising it now. The more I visualise it, the more it's going to come true.
Well, that's how visualisation works.
That's why I brought it up.
Quantum physics, that.
It's definitely not quantum physics.
Quantum physics 101.
Isn't that when a fellow went back in time and just kept on... that was quantum leap.
Quantum jumping, mate.
That was quantum leap.
Well, it's called quantum jumping.
Well, it might be, but that's what the TV... That was the TV program was called. Do you ever remember the last episode? What happened?
No.
Why?
Can't remember.
You can't remember the last episode? You never actually watched it, did you? Just pretending you watched it, so all the bigger boys would be nice to you.
You should be on BBC Two, mate. You used to watch it. I just didn't watch it.
And you can't remember what the last one was?
No, because I probably didn't watch every one of them religiously.
But you wouldn't have watched it. Well, see, religiously is a good point, because in the last one he meets God.
Yeah, he did meet God.
You didn't know that, though! You didn't know that! You never even watched it! You just wanted to seem cool. Anyway, let us know your thoughts.
Quantum Leap wasn't cool.
It was cool. It was cool. It was cool.
It might have been in your school.
You weren't even in school when it was on. You've been working for about 15 years.
How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
Late 30s.
What are you then? No,
massively late 30s.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments.
About 4 years between us, or 6 or something, so shut up. Elvis. See you later.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell if you want alerts, and if you want more great videos, join us on Patreon. See you later.
Download the One Football app. You get all them stats here.
Watch Quantum Leap.
Don't.
Do.